This is the third round of the PT Gaming tournament after the end of a league. Top 32 teams went into a tournament. Me and Tillerman ended up placing fourth before we lost to some European team. Anyways, this is one of the games. This is not recorded live, so what we'll do is we'll stop at 15 seconds. I'll let you guys sync up, and I'll just go through it like a regular commentary. So right here I'm paused for 15 seconds, so sync up. Basically, we both chose Night Off. Here our plan was basically to just try to fast kill them, do what we can with that, and just basically do the best we can here. And it's hard to beat these mass spellcaster teams. It's very hard. You have to play twice as well as your opponent. So we'll start here and we'll go through it. Basically our plan is to try to fast push them, try to stop them from getting spellcasters, but that's pretty hard to do. Sometimes you can't always succeed when you're trying to do that. And this is some of the things I hate the most here. You'll see this fast build altar and farm, get an archmage, and then use some militia to rush your expansion. It really angers me to see that kind of stuff because it's so ridiculously powerful and so ridiculously easy to use. I mean, you shouldn't be able to clear that many creeps so fast, and the power of it really comes from militia just being too strong when they go into militia form. They just have too much armor. That's the real problem. I mean, it should be something that human can do, but they shouldn't be able to defend their base with just militia. I find that ridiculous. I mean, no other race can do that. Even Night Elf with Ancients of War, they can't defend their base like human can. And even later on, militia becomes so powerful with slow and combo that it's ridiculous. So, as you hear, me and Tillerman, we're both going to try to do what we plan to do is just rush this human player, do as much damage as we could, and see if we can really hurt him over. And that's basically our game plan. We're trying to isolate the human and take out his militia before he can tech up spellcasters, because dealing with human spellcasters is about impossible. And orc spellcasters are pretty bad by themselves too. As you can see, these guys are going grunts and footmen. They're not doing the regular fast tech builds you'll see a lot of teams do. This is much better because they can get units up and defend themselves. I mean, twice as good as if they were fast teching. So they're not as vulnerable, and it just works out real well for them. You'll see these human players build their farms outside your base. This is a really smart thing to do, and it's really annoying to me. I hate it personally. I think it's a good idea, but the only reason it came about was because of the Ancients of War, and I think once you see Ancients of War stop being used, you won't see that kind of farms outside people's bases anymore. And you really won't see it in the beta because it's so easy to destroy buildings. As you can see here, I mean, I detonate him, but it's not even going to do that much. I mean, he loses a water elemental, but his footmen don't even take any damage. And that's also because of this ledge abuse. I really hate this ledge abuse. If anything, I think they should put the ledge in a little bit more, or change that somehow, because it's just ridiculous. I mean, I just don't like how you can abuse things like that. Like in the middle, I have no problem with the ledges because it doesn't aid you that greatly. And there, I mean, he lost half. Instead of losing 2 water elementals, he lost 1 because of the ledge. Oh well, it's the way the game is though, so you just got to deal with it. As you can see, we're trying to take out as many peons as we can. And Tillerman's coming in with his hero there, and we're going to do the damage we can with that. I'm just trying to kill as many peons as I can, and here we're going to switch. Basically, I'm going to try to draw him off to the side, give Tillerman a couple more seconds to get some more peons, because every peon we kill is that much less that he has to do something with, and less lumber he has, the better off for all of us. Here the arc player comes in, realizes that he better defend his buddy, or his buddy's not going to be mining at all, so smart move there, and one more peon he loses here. So, I mean, that's got to hurt, but it doesn't actually hurt as much as you would think. I mean, if you look at it right now, this guy's got still quite a bit of money, and his teammate can just give him more, so it really hurts because just that's the way it works. But, you know, you do the damage you can, and you just try to make that work. And sometimes it's not enough, though, as I recently found out in Night Elf vs. Human, it's really, a lot of times, not enough damage. You see his teammate just gave him lumber, so really killing those peons, it's not 1v1, it's not as effective. You know, if he had 0 lumber right as this thing came up, he'd really be hurting, but he's not, and he'll just build up some peons right here. But anyways, we're massing up our units. Another thing that really frustrates me sometimes is how easy you can creep these level 6 granites. I can see right there, he just pulls out 3 of them, and you're only fighting half the dudes now. That's just that's ridiculous, you know? That kind of stuff shouldn't happen, and it's really being abused a lot more in 2v2 than it ever could in 1v1. In 1v1, killing the four trolls isn't much harder as with the golem combined. But when using grunts and footmen in 2v2, taking that golem out can solve quite a bit of damage. So these guys, they extremely fast creep this level 6 golem when we're still taking out stuff in the middle. And basically they're trying to get this Archmage up to high level so they can get Brilliant Sword, because if they have high level Brilliant Sword with the Spellcasters, you're not going to be able to do anything to them. So it's a really good move on their part, and a lot of teams did this. I'd say after the first round, this is basically all we faced was this mass Spellcaster stuff, and we won some and we lost some. The last series we really could have won, but we made some mistakes, and when you're fighting Spellcasters, the thing about fighting Orc and Human is they can make 100 mistakes, and you can only make 1 or 2, and you're going to lose, because every mistake they make, one healing ward and things of that such will solve their problem. Because, you know, let's say they get hurt on all their units, they just TP back and heal up, and that's not a problem. But if we lose just a little bit, we're really hurting. And this is where we're gearing up to launch our attack. This is where we realize that if we don't kill him soon, we're not going to be able to. I mean, even though we slowed down this human a lot, he gets Spellcasters relatively slow. He should be getting them quite a bit faster, if you ask me. And same with this Orc player. He also gets Spellcasters fairly slow. I think a lot of that is because they didn't get to creep the middle, where you can get a lot of gold relatively very fast. You see, they already got an Ankh and a Wand of the Wind, and we're going into their base, so we're going to try to kill as many peons as we can. And their force isn't that good, so relatively right now we're pretty well off, but Militia can change that, and that's why we went after their peons so early, was because we realized that if they get those Militia in, we're really going to be hurting. This Blade Master came in a bad position, but we weren't really able to capitalize on it, because this Mountain King came in from the side, and that really hurt me. But Tillerman's getting this guy's peons real well, and that's what we're aiming for. We figure if we kill this guy's peons, we'll TP out, we'll come back in even stronger than before. And basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to draw off his forces to the side. You'll see me keep on drawing out forces to the side and let Tillerman keep doing damage to the peons. And if we do that, then this guy loses all his peons. Right now we can get out of here. Tillerman's getting his Demon Hunter over the rest of his hunt so we can get those guys out of there. And I'm just trying to give him some cover for a second. There you go, he's out, and I'm going to get out of there too. And this dude's got 3 peons left, you know, and that's going to hurt him. No matter how you play it, that's going to hurt a lot. And relatively speaking, their heroes are pretty low level. I mean, they got a level 3 Archmage, which could prove to be problematic, but our guys are pretty good level 2. Well, not my guys, but Tiller's a little bit higher. He's got a level 2 guy. So, I don't know. Kind of didn't get that much XP there, but this human player is really hurting because of that. I mean, he's not being able to build arcanes like normal. And also, you can creep this middle so easy with this kind of units. I mean, look at this. This stuff drops so fast, it's not funny. And so, Tillerman sees him right here, and I'm ready to launch my attack. I'm basically going to try to go hit him while they're creeping that and kill some more peons, get rid of some more stuff. See here that we're working on reaming him here. There you go. There's some peons that we're getting. I really want to make sure he doesn't get those arcanes up as much as possible, because if he gets those up, I'm really going to be hurt. As you see, he's forced to cancel both those, and he's losing more peons. Tillerman's coming up from behind. We're going to do what damage we can. These guys are just stuck in a mess of creeps from what Tillerman did, which was really nice. And that gives us time to kill all their peons. And I'm not sure if they have any TPs. Yeah, they have a couple TPs, but I guess they don't want to use them because they're the last couple they got left, so probably a good idea that they're not. Here we go. This is where the big battle happens. This is what our game plan is. Basically, we're trying to deal with like one guy at a time, and we really do that because the footmen are so far behind. They really came into this battle incorrectly. And the most important thing is to try to get rid of heroes. I see that Mountain King there, but I can't really get him because he's not in good position for either of us to get him. Right here, I think I finally go after him because I realize he's low enough to where I have a chance of getting him. And you can see these grunts coming along our side. I'm trying to reroute my forces so we stay away from that and trying to prevent those guys from really doing damage, but they're just overmassing us right now at this point that we're really getting hurt. And the Wand of the Wind's keeping a couple of our heroes out of the battle here. And they got a couple of real low heroes here, and that's a problem. And I didn't see these here. I saw this Archmage here, and I really wanted to get rid of this Archmage. The reason I did that is because I just killed the Mountain King. I figure if I get rid of this Archmage, then I'll be able to make him rebuild both his heroes, but I didn't see the Ankh at the time, and so I wasn't able to get his hero very well. And the Orc heroes were right there, very low on life. But I did get this Archmage, which helps because then at least we won't have to deal with another high-level hero. And that's their highest. I mean, they lose their Archmage, they lose Water Elementals, so sticking around was arguable whether it was good or bad because we lost quite a bit. I lost a lot of my force sticking around, but I also got rid of an Archmage, which is pretty important. And that Ankh helped him a lot too, because otherwise he would be rebuilding both his heroes. Then he'd really not be in a good situation. But I lost